Hello, how's it going? So, I want to talk about a certain book that I've had on my shelf for 16 years. For 16 years, it's been in the void. Never thought about it, never taken it off the shelf. Even when I was rearranging my shelves, it would stay in the same spot. Okay. Until last night, I grabbed it. I was walking in here to set everything up to be able to talk about it today. And then something happened. Something happened. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. And before I get into the book that was on my shelf for 16 years, I'm going to give you an update on what I have read and what I am currently reading. I have finished The Coven by Corvina Sweeney. If you are looking for a relaxing, nothing but chaos, anarchy, and you will just laugh and you will cry. You will cry because it's not sad. You will cry because you will be laughing so damn much. This is the book for you. From page one to the very last page, this author kept me engaged. I cracked up the entire damn time. I highly recommend this damn book. So, what's it about? Deep in the heart of Albany, Louisiana, where old traditions run deep and outsiders are met with wary glances, three women have taken up residence in the infamous Pritchard House. The local the locals whisper about witchcraft, curses, and things left undisturbed, and for once they might actually be correct. Emmeline, Moore, and Kirsten didn't come looking for trouble, but when their attempt to summon a demon for information goes sideways, they accidentally unleash something far more annoying than evil. Magic, murder, and mayhem collide in this darkly comedic tale where the only thing more dangerous than demons is small town gossip. So, before going into this crazy read, I've known the author for about a year now. She was the first person to introduce herself and welcome me into the entire book community here on X and BookTube. So I got to know the author very well. We have become really good friends. We talk pretty much every single day. So I know the author, and I'm getting to know her friend, Mora, who is portrayed in this book as well as the author. The author used some of her own personality and the personalities of her friends in this book. Not all her personality, but I'm going to say maybe a lot of it. Maybe. So, as I was reading the book, I couldn't help. uh, my apologies. Thinking of a scene. Reading the book, I couldn't help but just imagine the author and her friends in the same predicament as the witches in this book. It had me bawling. When I say I have not had this much fun reading a book in such a long time, I am not lying. And I have not teared from laughter in such a long time. And this book absolutely did that for me. So I highly recommend this book. You have three witches, a zombie, a demon, and the townspeople in this book. So just imagine what is going on in this book. It's pure chaos, pure chaos. Highly recommend. What I am currently reading, I don't have the dust jacket on this book. I take off the dust jackets when I read because they just get in the way and annoying. It is still Empire of Silence by Christopher. I'll show you the front. Christopher Rocchio. I am almost done. I'm hoping to be done this within, like I said, the next few days. Goal is to be done this by the end of the weekend, and the plan is to begin Howling Dark right away. And the other plan is I'm not sure if I want to. I mean, I want to, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. The seventh book, the seventh and final book, comes out November 25th, I believe. Sometime in November, doesn't matter. But I'm thinking about reading this series up until the seventh book. Now, they're all chunky. They're all beefy. This one is about 600 pages, and the rest are like 5, 6, 700 pages itself. So to read that many books in such a short time, I don't know if I can do that. I'm already a slow reader to begin with, so that might not work out. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm enjoying it. It is a very slow pace, slow burn book, but it is the introduction to a series that is much larger as you go on, and it's yeah, I like it. I like it. I will give my whole final thoughts on it after I'm done. So that is the current update on what I have finished and what I am reading at the moment. And going back real quick, I have decided that I will go to one book at a time, mostly one book at a time. If I have a few novellas that are very short, then I will add them in. But I'm not going to read, let's just use Empire of Silence for an example. This book is over 600 pages. I'm not going to read this book and then read another book that's about 4, 5, 600 pages, and then another one that's like 3 or 400 pages. I got to step back and get comfortable and get back to what I was doing with my reading because I was getting overwhelmed and my head was just too much, too much. So I'm focusing on this book right now and this book alone. And the next one I have lined up, I got a few lined up that I'm thinking of. I will let you all know what they are. But yeah, for right now, it's just Empire of Silence for right now. All right, so on to the book that has been sitting on my shelf for 16 years. So, like I said, I was grabbing the book, I was bringing it in here, I was walking with it, and as I was walking, the book hits my leg and falls out of my hand. And it falls into the dog's water bowl. I know. I know. You know how mad I was? I have not touched this book in 16 years. And the minute I do, I drop it in water. Thankfully, it's pretty much dried. Don't want to show it on screen just yet. You can't really tell, but I can tell. You know how when things get messed up and like you can't tell, like people can't, other people won't be able to tell, but you can. It bothers me. Okay? It really bothers me. I am a very meticulous person, okay? I like things in order. I'm very careful with everything I do. So when this happened, I was I was highly upset. Highly upset. So, what is that 16-year-old book that was on my shelf? Joseph Finder Vanished. This is the book 1 of his Nick Heller series. And I don't know why. This is mystery thriller book, and I used to read that genre a lot in my younger days, and then got to science fiction and horror, and now I'm beginning to expand my reading more into fantasy. I read some romance books, 2 romance books. So I would love to get back to these kind of books. I used to read Michael Connelly a lot. Um, there's another one, another author that I can't think of right now who I used to read. I don't think I have any other books, but either way, I don't even know why I picked this book up. I don't know if it was the cover drew me in or if before I was heavily into reading. I used to always go to a bookstore, pick an aisle that I was into, the genre that I was into, and just randomly pick a book. That's how I found new authors. I would randomly just pick a book, not even look at the cover, not even look at the synopsis, and just buy it and read it. And if I liked it, I would continue with that author. If not, I would maybe give it a second chance and find another book of theirs. But most of the time, I would just put it on the shelf and forget about it. But this one, I never touched. So I don't even know what it's about. So if you can see, you probably can because my lighting in my room is pretty bad. The the pages are yellow. So I've had the book for a long time. And I think part of it is because I had a lot of my books in boxes in my moving time. So, and they were in there for a long time. And when you have books in boxes, it tends to mess the pages up and discolors them. So the pages are yellow, but the water damage is like here and here, but it's pretty dry. Like you can't tell, but I can. It's annoying. It has that rough feel to it when like a dollar bill gets wet and when it dries up, it just has that rough feeling different than, yeah. So it sucks. Normally, I would go and find this copy right away and rebuy it, but taking it that it's been 16 years, I doubt that the cover is the same. And I bought it um the year this book came out. Like shortly after this book came out, I bought it. So this is probably a first edition cover, which I will probably not find ever again if I do decide to go buy it, but it's whatever. I mean, I'm annoyed. I would know that the damage is there, but I will just try and see past it and not worry about it. So let's read the synopsis, shall we? I don't know anything about this book. All right. Lauren Heller and her husband Roger are out to dinner one night when they are brutally attacked. 24 hours later, Lauren awakes in the hospital to find that her husband has vanished without a trace. The only one who has any chance of finding him is his brother Nick, a high powered investigator with a private intelligence firm. Nick Heller is tough, smart, and stubborn. Trained in the special forces, he specializes in digging up secrets that powerful people would rather keep hidden. He and his brother had been estranged ever since the imprisonment of their notorious billionaire father, but Nick will do anything to protect Lauren and her son. He never backs down, even if it means taking on the most lethal enemies he's ever had to face. Okay. Plunged headlong into a desperate chase, Nick begins making shocking discoveries about his brother's life and about the giant defense contractor he works for. Now, in order to keep Lauren and her teenage son alive, Nick must take on a powerful and deadly conspiracy that will stop at nothing to protect its secrets. Hmm. Okay, that sounds pretty intriguing. So his brother was into some some things that he kept secret from, I'm assuming, his wife and his brother Nick. So that'd be fun to see what kind of double life he was living. I'm gonna guess he was into some maybe military stuff, something to do with the mob, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, the book sounds very, very interesting. And let's look up how many books are in the series right now. Four. Four books in the series, and that's it. Okay, so that's cool. That's good. So that won't take me long to read. Like I said, I don't know when I will, but this is a series that I want to get to sooner than later. So this can be a part of my smaller series that I get to before I get to my much larger series on my TBR. So that's good. That's good. And I know nothing about the author, nothing about the author. So here's some info about him. Joseph Finder is the author of the forthcoming novel Judgment and 14 other novels, many of them New York Times bestseller, published in 35 countries around the world. His book, High Crimes, was adapted into a movie starring Morgan Freeman and Ashley Judd. That movie was really good. I forgot he did that. Paranoia was made in the Harrison Ford / Gary Oldman film. I do not remember that film. Normally, I like Gary Oldman, so normally I know most of his movies. I've seen most of his movies, and that one does not sound familiar. And then it just goes on to talk about where he lives, etc., etc. So, yeah, this is the 16-year-old book that has been on my shelf. This is the oldest book on my shelf, and I damage it the second I take it off. That's leave it to me, leave it to me. But I'll get over it. It's not bad. I'm not gonna waste my time buying another one. It is what it is. It is what it is. So, but all right, that is it. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I try my best to get on here as much as I can, like I always say. I don't get to make videos as much as I want to because of my busy life. But yeah. So to give a recap, I finished The Coven. I'm still on Empire of Silence. Hopefully be done by the end of the weekend. And finally took off my 16-year-old book, my oldest book that I've had on my shelf, and putting it in the rotation. All right. Well, that is it, everybody. Hope you all have a great rest of your Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. All right. Stay strong, stay positive, stay focused. See you guys next time.